Okay, so for this next exercise, we're going to use the arms once again, but we're going to move them in a different way. And before we start moving our arms, I need to explain the basic energetic concept here of how the energy is flowing according to the system that we're using with this exercise. So we're using something called the microcosmic orbit. There's a macrocosmic orbit that relates to how we connect to the greater universe, but in this case we're relating to how our body relates to itself and how the energy within the body system flows. And there's some specific points to be aware of. The first point is the perineum, so that area between the anus and the genitals. And if you squeeze that muscle that you squeeze to stop the flow of urine, you'll feel that area. So that's the first area that could be a source of energetic release or a sense of energetic blockage. And that's one thing about all these areas that I'm going to mention now. They could either help the flow or restrict it. So there's the perineum. The next area is behind the sacrum in the lower back. So this wide area here. And we don't have to think about it as a specific point for this exercise. It's just the lower back and the sacrum area. And the next spot is here, a little bit above where the shoulder blades come closest together in the middle of the back, right around here. You could just think about the middle of your back, your spine between your shoulder blades. Again, don't worry about being too specific. The next area is going to be the base of the skull here. And then the next one is going to be the crown of the head, right at the top. The next area after that is going to be the forehead area. And don't worry about thinking about the third eye or chakras or anything like that. Just think about the front of the forehead here. And then below that, we're going to come to the chest area here, near the heart center. And then after that, we're just going to focus on the hara, or the lower dantian, the lower belly, basically, the space behind the navel inside here. And again, don't be too specific, just think this area here. And then it closes the loop by continuing on at the perineum. So it's really this circuit of energy that travels up the back of the body, the back of the neck, the head, and down here, and it's connected by the tongue being connected to the bridge of the mouth, and then moves down through the body, joining at the perineum again, and then circling up at the back of the body. Now the full system of the energy flows is a lot more detailed than what I'm explaining, but I'm giving you just enough so you can have a felt experience of this exercise. These concepts will be even more important when we do the next exercise in sitting posture. But for now, for this exercise, just think of the sense of energy, the feeling moving upward from behind your body, across the top of your head, and falling gently down in front. So for this, don't worry about memorizing these areas. I just want to give you an idea of some significant areas to give you the idea of how it flows. But just think up the back, across the top, down the bottom, and then circling again. But we're not going to be too forceful with this idea. I just want you to see if you can naturally feel that sensation of the energy flowing that way. And then to help us, we're going to use the same posture we did before, with the knees slightly bent, with our tailbone pointed down toward the earth. And then our shoulders are relaxed and the head is floating. And what we're going to do with our hands here is we're going to hold them parallel like this. And as we inhale, we're going to lift them up, and not to a full extension, but just comfortably up, keeping the elbows a little bit bent. Circle them forward, and then exhale, down. And then about your pelvic height, we're going to start inhaling again, the arms coming up. Exhale, forward and down. So it's like our hands are moving in a loop, the same way our energy is moving in a loop. So they're moving in parallel. And I don't know why it works, but experientially it works very well. So let's just do this together, moving our hands like this. Inhale, gently exhale, letting your body be relaxed, feeling buoyant. If you're clenching your perineum, let it be soft right now. Let your belly be very soft, so you'll see my belly moving as I inhale and exhale. And to be clear, this is not about feeling the energy at the hands anymore. That's not the purpose. The energy is just to synchronize the movement of the arms with the sensation of the energy as it moves up the back of the body, across the top, and down the front again. So it's good to not think about it too much. Let's just do the arm movement for a few minutes, synchronize it with your breathing, and then tune in to how your body feels. Just feel a sense of vibrancy, a sense of that velvety, subtle feeling of energy, some tingly sensations, heat, cold, whatever it might be. Just see what you notice. And the eyes are just looking across the room in space, not focusing on anything in particular. You might also notice that your mind is starting to relax, maybe becoming a little more quiet and still. The more the energy flows naturally, the more the mind responds with a sense of peace and relaxation and unfolding, letting go of stress. The more you can invite your body to feel like it's floating, like it's relaxed, the more that'll promote the sensation of the subtle energy moving. The more it will promote your sensitivity to that feeling. The reason your eyes should be relaxed and not focused on anything is because your mental attention can turn inward better that way. So you're paying more attention to your inner feelings than to what's happening outside of your body. So keep doing that as long as you'd like, and then I'm about to start presenting the third technique.